Once again, you already know what it is, and you already know where you have reached. The number one collaborative professional wrestling podcast anywhere in the world. We are so excited to be with you for another action-packed episode. I like to call it the review and preview episode of Clash of the By God podcast. Immediately to my left, your right, is the one and only Conrad Cushman, representing Everything Pro Wrestling on the heels of what was an absolutely outstanding interview with WWE 2K24 representative. He did a great job. Record numbers for him. Nobody deserves it more. Salute to the guy. He's in the building. Of course, I'm in the building. It's just Sean, man. Sean Hubbard. Hubbard Wrestling Weekly in the building. Nothing special. I'm in the building. And we're collectively, like I said, Clash of the Podcast. We're going to be talking about Elimination Chamber and all the reverb that comes from that. We're going to talk about the results of that. We're going to talk about how good the pay-per-view was or wasn't. And we're going to obviously go into what this weekend is going to bring us, which is AEW Revolution and Sting, the iconic Sting's final match, as he will defend the World Tag Team Championship with Darby Allin against the Young Bucks. So this, that, and a whole lot more right here on the review preview edition of Clash of the Podcast. I'm Sean. He's Conrad. So there's only two things to say. Conrad, I'm glad you're feeling better. And my brother, drop that thing.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for episode 78. It's a lot when you think about it. It's really a lot when you think about it.
Consecutively, especially.
That's right. Longest weekly episodic Clash of the podcast show with me and Sean. I am Conrad of Everything Pro Wrestling at EPW Show for all the social medias. He is Sean of Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. You can see his social media handle underneath him. Hub W Weekly on Twitter, or X as they call it now. I think that's the new name. So make sure you guys check us out. Thank you for the love on the 2K interview too. I know somebody had brought it up in the chat. Brian, who did the interview for me, Brian is a friend. I have done a few interviews with him. There is a playlist actually that I've been working on our playlist as well. I'm trying to separate them and have just the audio ones different from that. I have a Clash playlist. Like if you're just a fan of Clash of the Podcast, you can go in there and listen to me and Sean. And the shorts, of course, are always classic. Sean's rants that I have up there and several other things. But Brian is a friend, and I actually did a series with him just talking about wrestling video games. Make sure you check that out. Show him some love. Definitely a cool dude. Big shout out to the Pro Wrestling Shoot as well for collaborating with me on that stuff. His channel is blowing up over there, Jesse and James. They're just blowing up with all the video game stuff. So I had to make sure I showed some love, and we decided to collaborate when we found out like we were going to have limited time and such. I did my best to get the super chats that I could. The ones I didn't, we answered later on Twitter. I sent messages out so that people would see it. It was definitely fun, man. So most definitely thank you to who brought that up? Joel. Thank you for bringing that up in the chat. So I appreciate you guys. Like the video, comment if you watch this after the fact. Leave a comment, even if you're in the live chat. Leave a comment after. It helps more people see the video. And make sure that you're following me and Sean, man. Sean's got a great YouTube channel as well. And I'm going to start off things by putting that right into the chat. It should pop up for you guys to click, but it's also in the description box.
Yeah, we're excited about everything going on, man. We got a big WrestleMania preview show coming up on April 4th on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. Conrad will be there. Crystal will be there. Jesse of the Pro Wrestling Shoot will be there. I invited James too, but unfortunately had a prior engagement. God bless him. But we got a stat card, and we have a surprise guest coming as well. So we're really looking forward to what should be a really fun evening, 8:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, April 4th.
There you go. We're getting the shilling out early. Let's get to your shout outs, man, for the people who come in every week. Guy will gamble talking about sweet yams. You better be talking about the potatoes. You better be talking about the potatoes.
Yams. Show me the way, because
That's a
I
good.
got bills to pay.
That's a good voice right there.
Yeah.
That's a good voice. Send in your super chats and he'll sing your name. Sing your name, ladies. Sir Quill says, "What's up, Kyra and Sean? Chat, your boy Sir Quills is back again to enjoy my two favorite bros, CJ and Hubs, for episode 78, the Bruce Smith. I see you, dog. Bruce Smith edition of the best wrestling podcast today, Clash of the Podcast.
God bless, Quilly. We appreciate you, man.
Quills leaving his thoughts on No Surrender. Was a very good show, enjoyable, 8.5 out of 10. However, WWE Chamber, not so much. Usual lackluster quality. Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep, and he's asking, why did Naomi and Lashley have to be eliminated first? We're going to get into all of that.
But when I bring up stuff like that, I'm crazy. Thank you, Quills. Thank you very much, Quills. When I bring up stuff like that, I'm off the rails. I'm crazy. Thank you, Quills.
He ain't telling a lie. I mean, that's what happened. That's how it was booked. For real, yeah. Quills, we're going to get into all of that, I promise you. Mike in the house. What up, Mike? Appreciate you, fam. Representing The Rock. Thank you so much. Vinny.
The only Vinny I like.
He says, hey, guys, happy Monday. Coming off a flag football game that reminded me I'm out of shape, LOL. God bless y'all as always. It's all right.
God bless you too, man.
If it's the beginning of the season, you got time, brother. You got time, man. That's how I always feel when I go back and play basketball for the first time in a couple of months. I always feel like my shot's off. I can't play. Then I play a couple times, then I stop again, and then it's all back to the beginning. So you'll get there. Ray says, happy Monday, guys. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Appreciate
Same to you, Ray. To you and your beautiful family.
Ray put an Elimination Chamber, giving it a B. I thought it was a good show.
Still saluting you and your beautiful family, but I'm not saluting that B, man. That B is a little bit high in my book.
Ooh, I'm interested. Me and Sean have not really talked about the show, so I'm kind of interested to hear.
Yeah, I've kind of been in my cocoon a couple of days, so
I've been in my blanket cocoon. I feel you, bro. Terrell says, salute to both of us. Conrad, congratulations on your interview last week with the 2K24 producer. I appreciate that, Terrell. Thank you. It's because of you guys that I get the opportunities for that stuff. So thank you guys for that. Also, Tiff stole the show. Definitely looked like a big player in the women's division, Ray said. That ain't bad. Joel says, hey, guys. Appreciate you, Joel. And that was the comment for the 2K24. Thank you so much for that as well. I appreciate you and Terrell showing love. Guy Will Gamble showing some love. Talking about Tiffany Stratton is that deal. Australia knows already. And a lot of people are upset with what's going on with Naomi. Interesting. I like to see it though. Pro Wrestler Shoe says, "Hey yo,
what up, Jess? What up, Jess?
What up? Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. BJ's in the house. Look at Beach. Yo, what's good, guys? I'm gonna be in and out of this one, still getting adjusted to the new work schedule. But for whatever I miss, I'll comment tomorrow. I know you will, BJ, and I appreciate you.
Respect, BJ.
Thank you, and congrats on the new gig too. Easy E says, yo, what up, E? What up?
What up?
Me and E were just talking some video game stuff right before this. Isn't this the Bruce Smith episode, or am I tripping? Oh, no, you're not tripping, brother. I love how Sean is at the Pontiac Silverdome for WrestleMania 3. I know Sean came out of nowhere. I came in, I was like, look at him. I'm slacking today with the
background. A slight upgrade in equipment allows you to do certain things. Thank you for the shout out. I appreciate it. We got to work hard to get where we got to go, right? M. Leezy Fo Sheezy in the building. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hope your weekend was good. And let's get this historic week started with the best podcast in the game. God bless, Matt. We appreciate you. And we appreciate your interaction on social media. It's much appreciated.
Sean, I think he's going to be excited about that Super Card of Honor that got announced. I heard a lot of tickets got moved for that already.
I heard that they're doing pretty well with the tickets on that as well. I agree. It's pretty cool to hear.
Right. Joel says, I ordered the regular WWE 2K24 regular edition for the Xbox. Nice.
I disappointed myself.
What?
I spent more money than I should have. I got the deluxe edition.
You didn't do nothing wrong. You need that DLC. You saw who's promoting DLC today.
Yeah, I heard. He's if they don't upload him in the first package, that would be ridiculous.
I mean, come on, right? Yeah. Come on. Everyone loves the WrestleMania 3 background.
Clearly, I see you. Thank you, brother.
McKinney says, yo, I'm here to talk wrestling with the Fire live chat and the filthy animals of the podcast. Clash of the podcast. And to let y'all know, a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle.
Amen.
Let's
Very
go.
nice.
I'm going to censor that. Let's go. I appreciate you saying that. Most people don't know, but my rap group at one point was called The Animals, and it was because of the filthy animals, actually. Many do not know that. That was when I was just trying to think of names back then when I was trying to rap, and I was rapping about bubble gum and talking to girls and stuff. Nightbot putting up Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. Subscribe to this brother. Show him some love. And here comes BJ stealing the championship belt that we got in the chat. He is the new current chat 24/7 champion. Appreciate it. Going for that R-Truth run, especially while he's in Austria.
That was kind of funny.
Oh, truthy. Let me just see if I missed anyone in here. I know someone's going to holler. It was predictable. It's predictable that you're going to eat today, but was that meal good? I hear you.
I guess that was directed towards me.
I don't know if it was.
Hi, Deanna.
Deanna, what's good? I think it could come after several people. Clown in the house, what's good? Naomi being our first is a slap in the face and back to why she left originally. Woo.
I love this, man. This is, oh, geez. I've been on an island by myself for so long with some of these things that I come up with. It's so refreshing to at least hear that somebody hears what I'm saying, bro. Like, I mean, I know you're up on things, Conrad. I'm saying people think that I just go on these rants and I be bugging out. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, bro, I'm very, Conrad knows this. I'm very educated in this industry, bro. Like, I've been doing this for a long time, bro. So when I say something ain't right, something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not running. I'm not just chatting.
I don't think Deanna's fronting either about the Bailey stuff either, though. I think Bailey's been very like, why is she not
100? Like, it's crazy how underutilized this storyline has been. It's almost been forgotten.
Yeah, I'm like, she won the Royal Rumble, and I guess she's just going to be in a match, and it's just going to happen. Joel, thank you for the congrats. Matt, thank you as well. Guy Will Gamble is going with the C+ on the show. We might have to get into this. And
it's a C+. It's a C+ because the women did so well. That's how bad the rest of the show was.
Jocelyn, look at you. Enjoy evenings, chat, sitting outside, enjoying the 70-degree weather.
What up, Josh? How you doing? Nice to see you. And I'm glad you're enjoying the weather. It was relatively warm here. Warm, like as in 50s, which 50s. Is warm here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have the same weather. Yeah. I was kind of happy today. I was running outside, light jacket, able to do some stuff. But hey. Doug in the house. What's good? He said, "Happy Monday, Clash."
What's up, Doug?
Appreciate you, fam. It's only on Honor Club, no pay-per-view for Supercard of Honor. Yeah, they're trying to get people to subscribe to that service, huh? Got it. No shame, Hub. If I had the money, I would have spent for the deluxe edition on 2K24.
Thank you, Emily. I appreciate that. I when the final total came out to about 108 with tax, I was like, what am I doing?
Listen, I got that WrestleMania edition once.
Oh, so. Did you? You went all the way? God bless.
But I share with my bro, so I gotta put up some money once in a while for the games. So usually it's him though. But let's talk Elimination Chamber. Sean, I didn't watch this on time. I think you had watched before me, and then we kind of like tell me when you're done. I messaged you, and then we just really didn't reconnect on it. And now we are. Pre-show, you want to start with it? Did you watch this?
I did not. I actually missed part of the show as well. I got up around the show started at 5 on the East Coast. I was up about 6:30.
Respect. Yeah. I'm looking at this. So Vinny put the Chamber was definitely a show. I'm glad I didn't wake up at 5 a.m. to think people wanted Roman and Rock on it. That is a fact. That's what I thought instantly when I was looking back at this. I'm like, I'm glad they didn't do that now.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a mistake. We had the Kabuki Warriors defending their women's tag team titles against this is not Bluey's mom. I did not notice this until afterwards someone said it to me. and I have a young intern, and they watch Bluey. So I did not notice that Candice LeRae was dressed up like the mom from the little cartoon for your kids. So if you didn't know that, I'm passing the word to you. Indy Hartwell got a great reaction in Australia. It was not meant to be. The Kabuki Warriors ended up getting the win. I think that was the right call, but it was a pre-show match. We haven't had one of those in a while. I feel like they kind of randomly do them now.
Yeah. Indy Hartwell getting a hometown response is cool. You don't automatically win because you're in your hometown. Zelina Vega, etc. It didn't work out. I don't think anybody thought it would work out. They wrestled well. They performed well. They had a chance to be on somewhat of a big stage. I say somewhat because it was the pre-show. And, the team that I'm sure all of us thought would win ended up winning. But I'm happy that they got some airtime.
Me too. I'm fine with it because they're trying to move forward with stuff. Let me ask you this, though. How do you like the pre-show setup? Like, have you ever just had it on in the background and you're listening to it, or you try to say, like, what are you really doing here? Like, what are you trying to do? I find it so, like, I don't get into it.
I'm all about letting people in the building early. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about, and when I say the people in the building, I'm talking about the viewing public. I'm all about pre-shows. I'm all about, build up. I'm all about countdowns. One of the best things about old school WWF pay-per-views were the 30-minute countdown shows leading up to the show. Now it's a little bit different. I mean, it's live. Sometimes it's pre-taped, but most of the time it's live in the arena. I'm cool with letting people in the building early. I'm cool with letting people see the seats get filled up. I'm cool with letting people see pre-shows. I'm cool with letting people see backstage. One of the most fun pre-shows I've ever seen was a pre-show that wasn't even meant to be. WrestleMania 37 in the rainstorm. They had to delay the show, and they did about a half hour of impromptu interviews that I thought was absolutely awesome. They did a great job. And for me, it's all about that. It's all about, we're going live in an hour. We're here early. This is the latest backstage development. I like it.
Yeah, that was a great moment for them to do that. I just don't like they're sitting around the table discussing it. I miss the old school ones where it's like, go up to a fan and you're just like, who's going to win tonight between so-and-so and so-and-so? And they'll be like, the British Bulldog is leaving with the Intercontinental Championship tonight. And they would just go crazy. And I'm like, that's entertaining. That's fun. And I know they try to include like Sam Roberts and Peter Rosenberg and a bunch of people in on it. And it's not that they're doing a bad job. I just think it's the way it's constructed maybe as an overall, but neither here nor there. Let's get into parts of the women's chamber match. We talked about Naomi. Naomi had a great entrance. What did you think overall, though, of the women's chamber match?
I thought it was good. I thought it was a B. I thought that they did a good job. I don't like that Naomi was eliminated first. I don't think WWE makes mistakes. When I say they don't make mistakes, they don't do things by accident. I don't like it. It ties into theories that I've had about the company for a long time. It did not help that Bobby Lashley ended up getting eliminated first also. I mean, it's like it comes a point where it's like this is a little bit ridiculous. The match itself was good. Big shout out to Tiffany Stratton. I think she's really coming into her own. She's the future. As long as she stays healthy, she's the future. No doubt, Emily Z. I love that. And Deanna, I love that too. No doubt. That was awesome. But, for me, Brawl 4, I like that, Mike. Good reference. At the end of the day, though, we're talking about a situation where WWE is continuing to make these very fixable mistakes. Very fixable. I take that back. I just said they don't make mistakes. Very fixable decisions. It's Black History Month. That you've come under scrutiny because of the Kofi Kingston situation. We're still talking about Booker T from 21 years ago. Why in God's name would you have two African-American former world champions be eliminated first? It just doesn't make any sense. You can't be that stupid. And if you're not that stupid, then what are you doing? It's really become uncomfortable at this point. And then people wonder why I get so solidly behind the notion that a person of color, Jey Uso, is being held back. I've seen this play out before, man. Like Kofi Kingston, 9 seconds. Bianca Belair, 10 seconds. Booker T, why don't you dance for me, Book? Like, this is not new, bro. So, yeah, I mean, the match was excellent, but the underlying stuff that's going on, it doesn't make me feel good.
I hear you on that, and I'm in agreement with what you're saying when it comes down to how they structured it. At least the stuff with Naomi, especially. And Sick, I see you in the chat, man. Welcome in here, brother. I don't know what's the best thing for them to do. You know what month it is? It's got to be more than just putting up a T-shirt and say we're selling a T-shirt. You know what I mean? For you to show that you're down with us and everything else, you got to show it. I saw an interesting argument on X today going on about Kofi Kingston, and I think some people really underestimate like his greatness and how great he's been for a long, long time, and how long he's lasted in the shark-infested waters that are the world of pro wrestling. Definitely deserves more credit, and Naomi came back to prove that she is one of the best. And I want to ask you a question that's going to be off the rails, but a serious question for you.
Yes, my hairline is real.
Do you think that the women's division needs a mid-card championship? And same question for everyone in the chat. I want you just to sit and ponder for a second. Singles mid-card championship. Will it elevate the women's division, or is it going to do nothing for the women's division? I've heard various answers this week, and I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Need is a tough word. I don't think the word is need. Would it hurt? No. Need? No. I think if you created a women's Intercontinental Championship or a women's United States Championship, it would not hurt the product. But my question to you is this. You're putting on four-hour pay-per-views with 5 matches. Where's there going to be time to showcase this new title? I mean, the United States Championship doesn't make the cut. The Intercontinental Championship, despite the fact that it was because of travel issues, didn't make the cut. The women's tag team title didn't make the cut officially. The World Tag Team Championship got snuck in because of, bait and done, which is cool. But, I mean, no undisputed title, no world title. Has anybody thought about that? Like, this pay-per-view was devoid of championships across the board. But to answer your question, it wouldn't hurt. But are we confident that WWE is going to showcase that new title properly? I'm not. So what would be the point?
Touche. I just noticed that there's just a lot of people that are doing nothing in some of these matchups. There's just people who are kind of stuck. I look at like Liv Morgan, Naomi. What are we doing here? There's Tiffany Stratton, who's kind of coming on the scene, but there's not anything for her to get into as of yet. And I don't know if it's great to just throw people in a tag team either, if that's not where they belong. I like that they've established some people as a tag team. Like, as much as people may kind of poo-poo on Katana Chance and am I saying their names right? Is it Katana Chance and Kaden Carter? Is that it? I hope I didn't mix it up. No. That's name change wise, but I don't know if those are the right names or if I'm mixing them with the old ones. Come on now, don't do that. Don't do that. Come on now. They're all right. They're a good tag team though, right? Like, I think
they're not bad. They're not you know what I like to say? They are not devoid of talent.
There we go. What up, Chad? And of course, when I bring up that tag team, Rob shows up. What up, Rob? Not his favorite tag team for whatever reason. Yeah. There's nothing. I just want stuff for people to do, basically. In the end, though, of the Women's Chamber, we all knew who was walking away with it, right? We called it. Me and you. Becky Lynch gets the dub here. No surprise.
Oh, jeez. I'm lazy. God bless you, bro. But, oh, man.
It's all good. By the way, I don't know if I'll ever get to mention this again, but Sean definitely crushed me in TNA predictions, by the way.
I did okay, bro.
We had a lot of the same, but the ones that were different, I was like, oh, no, this is Sean's night. It's over for me. It's a wrap, Rizzy.
I appreciate that, bro. Well, yeah, because I don't want to do this tonight, bro. I was looking about M. Leezy just asked a question. It was kind of heavy. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough, man. It's tough. But I'm just trying to keep a positive attitude, man. I'm still not watching weekly television. I don't watch WWE, so I do my homework to make sure I'm prepared for you guys because I care about the chat and I care about my brother Conrad. But I'm
Listen, I'm trying to get everyone's stuff in here.
As you should.
No, I'm just putting them up across the screen, so we're not ignoring you guys. Becky Lynch wins. She's facing the winner of whoever the women's heavyweight champion is by winning this chamber. Cool, great, good, I guess.
I mean, I thought the women's chamber was a B+. I thought they did well.
No, I had no issue with it.
Okay.
I had more questions swirling through my mind from this of what do we do with some of these other talented people? I see, because I'm looking at the reactions in the chat right now, and I'm seeing a lot of no, heck no, no, yes, about the women's mid-card title. And I'm just wondering, because what storylines are you guys going to write for other people for them to get into this? This women's roster is growing. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So eventually you're going to have to put them in more matches or do something.
Well, that's the reason why my answer came with provision, which is it'd be fine if they were to spotlight it correctly. And I don't think anybody believes that they would spotlight it correctly. It would be just another. I mean, it'd be like, who's the Ring of Honor World Television Champion right
now? Kyle Fletcher.
Okay. Who are the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions?
The Undisputed Kingdom, or do we call them that, or do we call them just the Kingdom?
Right. It took you a second to come up with that, right? And you watch the show every week.
Well, I don't watch Ring of Honor every week.
Okay, well, good for you. You're a smart guy. The point I was trying to make was that when you don't spotlight championships properly, they get lost in the shuffle.
Yep. And that's not wrong. And look at Rob said it. Rhea's already holding the title, and all her competition since winning has been mid.
I mean, I like who's that? Who said that, Rob?
Rob.
Look, Bianca Belair is not mid, and I know exactly what Rob is saying. I feel you. No, I don't misunderstand what Rob said at all. I love what Rob said. I know exactly what he's saying. Rhea is head and shoulders above everybody. Then you have second tier. You have Bianca Belair. You have Becky Lynch. You have Charlotte Flair if she's healthy. I say that tongue in cheek, but it's true. She is one of the best in the world. You have Tiffany Stratton on the horizon. There's a few people in the mix. The problem is Rhea Ripley's so freaking good. It's like, I would even say, and I bite my tongue when I say this, Nia Jax, if she could get herself together as it relates to in-ring safety, she has a gimmick that will work. People hate her guts. She just needs to get safe. She still do that bonsai drop does not look safe to me. That's not how Yokozuna did it, bro.
Yeah.
I want the chat to think about that. That bonsai drop is not safe. I'm a big guy myself. I'm not body shaming Nia Jax. She's a very attractive woman. That's not where I'm going with this. I'm just going to say the truth, which is Nia Jax is the big girl. That's not disrespectful, right? She's a husky woman. She's beautiful. I'm not saying nothing bad about her. My point in saying that is you can't drop that kind of weight on somebody's chest. You have to leverage yourself. Watch a Yoko. I challenge the chat right now to watch a Nia Jax bonsai drop and watch a Yokozuna bonsai drop. Yokozuna protected his opponents.
-1.
Virgil?
Nah, I don't think Virgil got a bad one, but I remember there was someone on one of the shows got it real bad.
Apparently. Oh, like one of the jobber guys on Superstars?
Yeah, okay. The one where his feet slipped out.
I think also not okay. So yes, that could have been tragic. Yes.
Yeah, but apparently they didn't like that guy. Sick brings up a good question. What happened to Xia Li? I don't know. Do you know? Where has
she was on SmackDown a couple weeks ago in a run-in, but it wasn't anything that led to anything.
Right. Did you guys enjoy TNA No Surrender? I thought it was a good show. It was solid.
It was better than Elimination Chamber.
I do feel a void with Scott D'Amore missing.
Oh, sure, of
There
course.
was like a little downness to the show, but hey,
Right.
that's what it was. Sorry to bring that.
Matt Leasy, don't be sorry about a thing. You've done nothing wrong. I'm just trying to say that when I say I don't want to go there, I'm saying that when I get started on that subject, it's hard to stop me, and I'm not trying to take up too much time.
Let me tell Rob. The source was WrestleVotes that came out that Jay was going to win the Intercontinental title last week.
And shout out to Conrad, by the way. I want to tell the chat. Conrad was the one who gave me that piece of information when I went live last week. And it made me more mad than I already was.
Yeah, that was that happened around 6:00. Maybe no, it was after the show, but Sean went live to talk about it. You can check out Hubbard Wrestling Weekly on the YouTube channel in the description, also put in the chat. He went live and discussed it, and I sent him that because I got it from James from the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Right. That was the plan. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Becky and her Scott Hall inspired outfit. I thought so, Deanna. That's what I thought too. Yeah, so I don't know what happened with the J thing, but WrestleVotes was the source, Rob. I watch ROH every week. Okay. I haven't had a chance to in a while. But once again, you got to put something on there that's like, yeah, can't miss this. Hubs,
that's
are you
equating great question.
A Miz Women's Champ to Seth Rollins heavyweight title because of
that's a great question. No, I think Seth Rollins is clearly the number one guy as it relates to championships on Raw. I would say that a women's Intercontinental Championship would be kind of like, no disrespect, it would kind of be like the hardcore title or like the European title. I think it's something that could get lost in. That's a great question, Deanna. No, I don't, but I think it would be pretty down the totem pole. I think they would botch it. I do.
And it's already weird because you got two world champions technically already as well.
Right.
But it was just food for thought for people. I'm not saying I'm swaying either way on it. I could see the benefits and I could also see the takeaways, like Sean said.
Right.
McKinney, I could see a women mid-card title, but eventually it would get lost the first time you put it on a person with no connection to the fans or the main title storylines just to dominate the show. I love Nia. She's not like most girls. She's not like most girls. What happened to the music, man? The music is so bad now.
And Tiffany Stratton's music was a vibe. They changed her music too.
Yeah, why did they do that? I'm not crazy, right? I thought that when I was watching, I'm like, what happened to her song?
If they wanted to add It's Tiffy Time, how come they couldn't just add It's Tiffy Time and then kept the same music?
No clue, bro.
Because WWE are freaking morons.
Rob says, I meant mid like most of the cases. Her title defenses, Ivy Niles, Zoe Starks, Raquel, Natty, Zelina. Come on, she dominated them. Her reign, not her, has been poorly booked.
Agreed.
Interesting. Raquel Rodriguez had them outsiders pants on. Speaking of Kevin Nash, man.
She's smiling a little less. She's smiling a little. Oh God, he says I'm capping about Seth Rollins being the man on Raw because Cody's the man. I know. I mean, whatever. Jesse, you're my guy, bro. But golly, you don't let nothing slide by about your boy Cody. All I'm saying is Seth is awesome, but whatever. But no, yeah. To what Guy Will Gamble was saying. She's smiling a little less. I like it.
Yeah, and I hope she's okay too. I noticed that she wasn't wearing the makeup, that she's been having like the skin flare-ups apparently. And I'm just glad that she got to compete still because that was rough. I'm going to probably surprise some people here, but this next match was my match of the night for this show. The tag title match having what was their new name now? Oh my goodness. It's not British Strong Style because that's what I
Something was. Republic.
Yeah, there was something Republic, Catch Republic. Whatever. Pete
Dunne and Tyler Bate.
Not Butch. That's all I know.
Exactly.
And they went out there and they crushed this match, even though I don't know what happened to Finn's thumb during this match, but apparently it got jacked up because he was holding his hands, unless he was just selling for Pete Dunne snapping fingers, but good for him. They were able to walk away with the championships. A little help from Dom here and there. Dominic had that heat. Apparently, everyone said in Australia, this is an example of piping in booze, and then it works. See Bill Goldberg, it works.
Yep.
So
no
it was
cap.
just
I feel you on that, bro. You're right.
Yeah, it worked. I thought this was a great match, though. Are we getting Awesome Truth versus these guys? Is that what we're doing?
I think that's the best way to go for the tag titles to be featured properly. I think, let me tell you something, man. I give so much respect to The Miz for what he's done in this industry, considering where he came from. And I give so much respect to R-Truth. R-Truth is 50 and still out here, super athletic, super entertaining. He managed to reinvent himself. I mean, this is the same guy that brought us little Jimmy. He's making this goofball routine look really good. The fans are cheering him. I love him. I have so much respect for both of those guys. And you know what? I have so much respect for him. I'd have them win.
I have told other people this. I think me and E had a conversation about this, and I think I've had it with James too from the Pro Wrestling Shoot. I wish that R-Truth didn't have to play the village idiot, and that's just me speaking for myself.
Mm-hmm.
That I wish he'd be recognized for his actual talents versus, and that R-Truth sure is funny, for playing that role. And I'm like, yeah, but he's more than that. Yeah, and I don't think people see it that way. But you know what? Let this guy go on a run. Honestly, here's what I'm saying, Sean. If you gave me the book and gave me the pen, I think I could book R-Truth in one serious angle. If you told me like you got one chance to get this dude over, and I'm not saying on a permanent basis, just one chance, give this guy a title shot, and I think I could book him where he would be taken seriously.
And I agree with you. I think that you could pull it off. I think you have the mental acumen to make it work. My thing is this, bro. WWE takes something that's cool and then they bludgeon you with it.
Mm-hmm.
The whole he's a little bit goofy is fine, but he doesn't have to be in Austria when he's supposed to be in Australia. There comes a point, he's getting on the wrong plane now. It's like there comes a point where it's like, okay, bro, like it's just don't get me started. Do not get me started.
Yes, and New Catch Republic was the name of their new tag team name. Thank you for that. I wasn't feeling it either. It sounds like a like Aeropostale t-shirt design name or something. I don't know.
Well, Banana Republic, right.
Yeah, I'm like, what is this? New Catch Republic t-shirt. Check it out. So getting back to this show, it was fine. Maybe Awesome Truth pull it out. Maybe they do some type of gauntlet tag match so you can feature DIY. There's a lot of good tag teams too.
Yo, somebody called me Derek.
John G, welcome. John G, welcome. This is Sean, not Sean's guy, Derek.
It's all
or Derek's guy, Sean.
Oh man, I guess we all. No, let me leave it alone.
Nah, John.
Let me chill.
R-Truth is getting himself over week after week. I hope so, but what's the end game here? R-Truth is Boo Boo the Fool, man, with the tap dancing shoes. I wish we had a serious R-Truth. That's what I think you could eventually get to that.
Somebody needs to make him mad. That's the issue. Somebody needs to make him angry.
Or you could do it where this is little my idea. You find out that he's been playing you this whole time, playing the long game, and he finally fooled someone to get a title shot. He's like, it finally worked. Now I've got my chance, and I'm going to challenge you for the world title. And he says, I'm not going to need any silliness, any games. It's going to be you and me. And you find out that he's actually smart, and he's going to try to take you down. He doesn't even have to win the title. You could just book him and he could lose. But he was credible in that moment. And then you could do it if they wanted to. That's all I'm saying. A little effort.
John, my name is Sean. Sean, not Derek. Good Lord.
Yes, this is Sean, John. But we appreciate you, good sir. We appreciate you.
It's all good.
Thank you for advertising the Discord. We do have a Discord link. If you guys do want to join, feel free, come in, talk wrestling, post something. We got a lot of different things in there.
Like Conrad's video, like the video here because it helps his algorithm, the EPW channel.
Yeah, and thank you guys so much for that. R-Truth was playing everyone like Kurt Angle in 2001 with that little cowboy hat. Kurt Angle was just wild that he had to do that stuff too. But when he got in the ring, it was all business though, so you knew. This one, I'm interested to see how Sean felt about this. I'm going to talk about the segment. Grayson Waller, Grayson Waller is like the Miz to me, man. I want to punch this dude so bad in the face. He gets heat, and I see why they treat him the way that they do. There's just something about him that I find annoying and braggadocious and just who he is. So he's great at what he does. I'm going to leave it at that. But they had a talk show segment where he had Cody and Seth come out, and he even had his friend Austin Theory there. And Austin Theory was just there to basically take the beat down. What was this? What did you interpret this as?
Well, I mean, Austin Theory got his butt kicked, and and that's pretty much the bottom line. But I mean, I thought this segment was garbage. I thought the segment was a complete failure.
Man, yeah,
it was really bad. The only thing I liked about it was Seth Rollins' entrance and Cody Rhodes' entrance. When they picked up the microphones and Grayson Waller asked them questions, and the answer was, okay, well, I'm challenging Rock, and it was weak. It was bad. It was bad on so many levels. That was a terrible segment. Complete waste of time.
Yeah. I don't know where we're going. He challenged Rock to a match in the future. I don't know.
Nothing was accomplished, by the way. Shout out to M. Leezy. I see what you're saying. Shout out to Quill. Shout out to Vinny. The whole segment was pointless. What did we accomplish? He threw out an open challenge. That would have been the time. I think the whole world was waiting for Cody and Seth to challenge him for night one of WrestleMania. And when that didn't happen, the segment became pointless. Absolutely pointless.
Yeah. It wasn't much to it. Sick bringing up the Theory almost fight a TV host. It was a work what they did, but yeah, they kind of went like the old school Vader thing. Back in the day, they would have probably put hands on you to really scare you, but yeah he definitely was just hyping up the show. What was the point of the segment? Nobody knows. Segment was cheeks and not the sweet yams.
Can I get to the yams?
Sweet yams.
There you go, Conrad. Get going, big dog.
Waller challenged Cody for tonight. Wait a minute. Isn't he on SmackDown? Yo, I hate this. To my people who do graphics for me, if this continues to happen the next draft, I'm going to need a what draft shirt. What draft? Because I want people to start wearing this to these shows. What brand split? There is no brand split. Just stop lying at this point. There's no point of even joking about this. It doesn't exist. Put the champs in the middle and let them go wherever. I don't understand this. Waller versus Theory next Friday because Theory was stealing Waller's spotlight. But this segment was just a thumbs down. And Grayson Waller let him get beat up, didn't he?
Yeah, that would mean that Grayson Waller is the heel.
Or the face, because he didn't go against the baby face. I didn't like how they did this. That was weird. That's supposed to be your guy. I thought it was going to lead to a tag match. Maybe they warm up as a team.
Let me ask you a question, Conrad. Do you think that I say WWE sucks just because of what they're doing with Jey Uso?
No, I don't.
Because I think that's the consensus. Oh, Sean's favorite wrestler, Jey Uso, is not getting a push, so WWE sucks. WWE sucks on many, many levels.
But do you hear me, though? Like, am I not?
Yes, I hear you.
Do
you hear me? Right? I've been here. I hear everything you're saying, bro. WWE doesn't make any sense. Their segments make no sense. The draft makes no sense. The booking makes no sense. Hello, my name is Sean. Nice to meet you.
Yo, we might. McKinney's thinking we might have to do a duel. What draft and what rankings?
Just saying, bro.
Listen,
I've been screaming this from the mountaintops for a year, bro.
Here's what I'm gonna say to this, and I'm gonna say this about both companies since we're talking AEW tonight as well. AEW's rankings will be gone, I think, within a year. of me
before the
saying
year is
this.
over. 100%.
I think by 2025, when we get here, we're not going to have these rankings anymore. I also think, though, that the WWE is going to keep the draft because it's a gimmick show for them. It's a free, I don't have to write as much. So keep it. It's great. Cody, no joke. Everyone's telling me this is no joke about the what draft. And John G says he hears both of us. When it comes to it, Deanna said they could have turned that into Seth Exactly. I don't get it. Seth's almost close to getting cleared too.
Oh, that was good news too. We heard that Seth's almost healthy.
Yeah. And it's getting close to Monet time. I think you're right. I think you're onto some big business there, my friend. Big business. Let's talk the other chamber match, the men's chamber.
Bobby Lashley eliminated first.
Yeah. I don't even think there's any. Do we get a picture of Bobby? Maybe in the next one. Nope. Didn't see too many pictures of Bobby Lashley. I will say I did like Lashley's his run towards the end there. Like he was just dominating people. He was spearing people through things, but what did it all mean?
Not a darn thing.
Yeah, and I guess they're going to try and play up that Karrion Kross injured him, and that's what cost him his match. Sure, great, cool. LA Knight kind of ran the gauntlet in here. He started in the beginning with Drew, and these guys held it down. But LA Knight's storyline has changed from what we originally thought, Sean. We thought that he was going to challenge for the U.S. title, and it's not a foregone conclusion that that's not happening yet. But AJ Styles puts a beat down on LA Knight with a steel chair. It looks like AJ is the heel in this scenario, and LA Knight's going to have a match with him possibly, or they're going to do some big hodgepodge U.S. title ladder match maybe. I don't know what's the best option.
I thought AJ Styles was turning heel back before the Royal Rumble, but then like after the Royal Rumble, he started giving high fives to the fans again. So I guess maybe this is just re-solidifying the fact that, you know, AJ Styles is heel again, because he's been kind of like a tweener the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Maybe. Isn't that bad? Isn't that bad that we don't know? Like, how do you go weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks without knowing, is this guy heel, face, or is he just in between?
He's still, up until last week, he was still giving fans high fives.
Like, here's my thing.
But then again, he's giving fans high fives, but he's not cool with the OC anymore.
Where's the motivation? And the OC's not on TV, so what kind of group? What? Why are you hanging out? You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get on television, man. I'm not trying to sit there and hang out with y'all. Meech is getting the most time out of the OC.
But yet, when I scream from the mountaintops, WWE is trash, people are like, Sean, calm down. Sean, you're being too emotional. Sean, that's not true. They're selling out every arena that they go.
I don't know. Yeah, AJ and LA Knight. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I'll probably say AJ and LA Knight. Okay. No, yeah. Okay.
So
LA Knight. Okay.
I'm trying to remember what even happened in this. You had
that's a shirt right there. LA Knight. Okay.
I don't want to disrespect LA Knight too, because
I like LA Knight, but this match is like ho hum. Like, who cares, bro?
I felt like he got some of his mojo back though when he went there, but maybe that's because it's an international crowd. But I felt he was better than he's been in the last month. Like,
yeah. He's still talented. He's still great, but it's like the mojo is starting to die down. Yeah,
and you got to get that back, and I just kind of feel for him right now. But like I said, he needs some big dubs in his pocket to get there. Kevin Owens, I don't know where they're going with him. We got Logan Paul. He pulls out the brass knucks in this situation. He looks like he's going to use them. RKO. Randy Orton sold this back like no other, bro. Bro, my back started hurting watching it. I was like, yo, my back hurts.
No, he really did, bro.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe they were just trying to play up on how people felt. Mac Drew ends up hitting his Claymore kick, and he gets the win. Drew McIntyre winning was a foregone conclusion, though. I think what a video game moment here. This looks like some WWE 2K24 stuff right here. He's celebrating. He gets the pyro. He wins. He's back on top. Him turning heel, though, it makes sense from a storyline perspective of this is what he was trying to get back to.
Predictable.
Unfortunately, an injury leads to that. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I don't really think anyone else could have been in that spot, and I would have been like, okay, cool.
I guess.
But
WWE just doing what WWE does.
So Logan Paul and Randy Orton and Logan Paul, is that a match? So what do you do here? Do you go singles matches for these matches that we're mentioning?
I think it's a wrap almost. I mean, I'm gonna pull out my old catchphrase, like, you know what would be a good idea, but you know what that means. It should be all the losers of this match in a ladder match for the United States Championship. That would be a good idea, but you know what that means.
Yeah.
So yes, to answer your question, it's gonna be Randy versus Logan, AJ versus LA Knight, blah 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 blah. I just made up a song with blahs in it.
Someone saying Logan, AJ, LA, KO, Randy, and Santos in a ladder match. I don't think that's what happens. I think Santos Escobar and his group are going to end up on like the pre-show, if anything.
No, that's a chance that Santos can still face Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I don't know what they do with that. But I think it's going to be Logan, AJ, LA Knight, KO. Who else was in that match? Cross and Lashley. I think they're going to try and avoid the AOP and Street Profits. I think they make appearances in the match, but that's how they get featured on the show.
Your mouth to God's ears.
We'll see. We'll see if they do it. I think it makes more sense that it gets more people on versus having
Conrad. Most everything you say makes more sense than what they actually do. Stop talking like this, bro.
I'm trying, bro.
Sean. Don't you think this makes more sense than what WWE is doing? Of course I do. Of course I do, Conrad. Of course what you're saying makes more sense than what WWE is doing. Why are you even asking that question, bro? Yes.
The OC are on NXT now.
You didn't know that?
I saw it, but I was just like, I thought this was going to be like a 2-week thing.
Nope.
Is this like permanent?
It's at least for a couple months.
Enjoy. Let me see here. Woo, Vinny coming harsh. Am I the only one not excited for Rematch Mania? I mean, WrestleMania 40 this year.
Vinny, that's why you're my favorite Vinny. God, dog, this Mania is going to stink.
So I went back and forth on this Mania because I'm not going to front. Sean asked me to go. Money. I'm gonna renege. I'm gonna renege on that offer because I don't want to go now. I'm sorry about that, Conrad. That offer is off the table. I told Rob the only reason I would ever even think about going to this is so I could try a Philly cheesesteak. My favorite food, by the way. Always.
You've never had an authentic Philly cheesesteak? Well, I'll take you to Philly for that purpose.
I think that the Philly cheesesteaks here in Buffalo are the best, but we'll see. Like I said,
wouldn't that be a Buffalo cheesesteak?
Nah. It's called a Philly hoagie. Listen, we don't
Philly hoe.
A Philly hoagie.
Oh, I thought you said a Philly hoe.
No,
I was like, what?
That's something else.
A Philly garden tool. I don't understand what we're talking about here.
That's something else outside of Gino and Cats.
I'm trying to clean it up, Conrad. I said Philly garden tool. I'm trying to clean it up.
There might be a garden shop around the corner from there. I don't know. I'm not from there. I've never been there. That's my point. That's what I'm getting at when I say this. So
we're going off the rails today.
This is all because of Rematch Mania, folks.
Exactly. We're more entertaining than WWE too, by the way.
That's for the people to decide.
Well, I'll say it.
Somebody had a good comment here that I wanted to get to. Ease asking us a question. Do you guys agree with Rene Dupree from Noah that wrestling is cold right now? He said AEW houses are down, New Japan booking is down, and WWE is maneuvering their Gomez scandals with Rock distractions.
Oh, I like that. That's pretty smooth. I think the Rock thing is definitely a ploy. No question about that.
But weren't we just talking a couple months ago, like how hot wrestling is, and is wrestling hotter than the Attitude Era?
No, what we were talking about was that WWE selling out houses, and we don't understand why.
Not me and you. I mean, we as in the IWC.
In that case, yeah, wrestling is in a good place as it pertains to everything like that. But In actuality, is it really? Like, the product is still lame. AEW needs work too. I love AEW. AEW is not where it needs to be. I don't think New Japan's where it needs to be.
I do think I'm going to say something kind of mean here. WWE can overcome negative criticism from other
Mike
people.
Diesel, good God Almighty!
What, do we have a comment?
It was an awesome comment. It was top 5 comments I've ever seen.
Okay, let me see. Which one are we looking at? Yo, I just saw 6 comments. Yo,
Mike, and Guy Will Gamble. Good God Almighty! You guys better behave yourself. That's great.
WWE been hot since the Usos breakup. Woo.
No. Oh, Rafael Della Ghetto too. Oh, please. You guys are out of control.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You guys need a steak. You guys need a real steak hoagie, and you need to sit down.
I love you guys. Yeah. All these innuendos with plausible deniability. Awesome.
That's right. Somebody screenshot them. Yeah, the Good Brothers will win the NXT tag titles so Braun Breaker can move up to SmackDown. So we bring 2 people down so one can go up.
One can go up. That shows you how much they think of those 2 guys. Oh, my God.
What is happening here? Oh, man. I just think the Good Brothers could be in a better spot. But also at this point, I don't care because they've come back and left so many times. We're about to get into the main event.
I never knew you can get a Philly hoe in Buffalo. I didn't know that, by the way.
Hoagie. Yes.
By the way, when you said hoagie again, and by the way, he is saying hoagie, you're cutting out when the ghee part comes out. When you say hoagie, it just sounds like
Philly cheesesteak hoagie.
All right, you just said well, you need to punch the hoagie part a little bit harder.
I'll put on the ghee and punch the hoe, whatever we need to do.
Put on the ghee.
Yeah, we'll do whatever we got to do.
We're going off the rails. We're going off the rails tonight, guys.
I apologize. But listen, here's what I'm saying with the Philly cheesesteaks, by the way.
Yeah.
There's just different ways to make them. I see, like, they got the cheese whiz, and everyone's like, you got to try it with the cheese whiz. I'll do that. But listen, put the mozzarella and the American cheese on it, chopped up with the onions, and that's just how we do it.
Yeah, you're not alone. I'm not a cheese whiz guy either.
Yeah, I'll try it with it. I've never had it. That's why I'm like, is this some remarkable thing that I'm gonna be like, wow, how have I been missing this? But
nah, you're not missing it. Cheese whiz on a hoagie is just lazy, in my opinion.
That's right.
Real cheese.
Yeah, you got to do it up, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna put up any of these comments to protect all of you. Thank you. I think I'm getting cut off when Shaw says something to his laughter.
This is great. This is one of the greatest shows of all time. This hoagie thing is taking on a life of its own. Deanna splitting up the words. Look at Deanna splitting up the word. Oh, yeah, this is great. This is great.
Hold on. Did this man just call me Dr. Hubbard?
Oh, you can't call nobody. See, this is when we have to get serious. You can't do that easy. Leave it up to Easy to go too far. Golly.
That's right. Go to your room, Theo. You're done. We don't want to hear about it. We're through.
Mike Fiesel, Philly Notch Hose.
Here we go. Vinny just said Hoagie Roads.
Yeah.
We gave the cheese whiz.
You guys are on fire tonight, man. This is what it's all about. Yeah. All these innuendos with plausible deniability.
Can't take my cheese.
Oh my God!
Give me all
he
that.
He better not be a Philly hoagie on April 7th. I'll tell you that.
Special start time of 7 p.m. By the way, I don't know if everyone's catching that.
Oh, that's stupid too. Oh no, actually, I take that back. That's not stupid. That's actually not bad.
If you can get me to bed earlier, I'm good with it. Seth loses to Drew, but still helps Cody fight off the bloodline to win against Roman. But as Cody kneels to kiss the belt, Seth curb stops him. Priest cash in. That's dirty. That's dirty booking right there. I would mess up. He said you can't say. You can say that again. Here y'all go. Hey yo.
Oh my God! See this?
Right. We're moving on. Main event time. Rhea Ripley in front of her home folks in Australia, they loved Rhea Ripley. Rhea
sure
Ripley
do.
played the baby face here on behalf of the Judgment Day, and I thought that this was well done. And you know what? I gotta give Nia. I think Nia has greatly improved in this second run since coming back. I'm not saying that what you said was incorrect at all. I actually agree with a lot of what you said, but I think Nia has been better in her. What's the word I'm looking for here? In her like aura, knowing the character, knowing what she's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, she's leaning into the character. I'll give her credit for that.
Yeah, she's just been a lot better. And this was a solid matchup. This is everything it needed to be. Rhea needed someone to slay. She needed a monster so that people remember, like, yo, this is Rhea Ripley. She's got a big match with Becky Lynch coming up. You better remember.
Yeah, well, that's what you want to, bro.
They did that. They did that here, in my opinion.
I think it was the match of the night. I think Rhea represented. I think Nia represented. I just think Nia, just be more safe, Nia. I have no other complaints about you. Just be more safe. That bonsai, somebody needs to talk to her, bro. Somebody needs to say you can't just drop on somebody's chest, bro. You can't do. That's not what we're in. That's not what we're doing right now. We're not trying to permanently injure someone.
As long as I don't see any of that stuff with her and Charlotte that one time.
Well, yeah, that was rough too. I thought they were friends.
I think they were. I think it was just one of those like in ring, like, yo, you got me real good, so I'm gonna get you real good, and then it just came right back. And I think Nia just wasn't taking no mess that night. Shout out to Terrell. He's going to be in the world's most famous arena, if I can still say that, Madison Square Garden, this Thursday, attending first ever Knicks game. Let's go, Knicks.
Yeah, we're hosting Steph that day. And have fun, T317. Have fun.
Yeah, enjoy that, Terrell. Quill says that he thought Ripley and Jax was uninspiring. 6 out of 10.
Oh, really?
He did not like this one.
Quilly, I agree with you that the show itself was terrible, but I thought the women across the board did well. I thought that the chamber match and the women's title match was pretty good.
I think that I would give this show a little edge, like a C+, B- range.
You give him a little Adam Copeland? Really?
The only reason I'm saying that is because I love the energy from the crowd. Like, you could tell that they were starving for a show.
Sure.
If that makes sense. And I want to give a shout out to Josh Robinson, who I used to work with on Brainbuster Radio. He got to be there, and I thought that was really dope that he got to be in, like, he got media interviews and everything else there to represent for the fine folks in Australia. So good for you. Congratulations, Josh. Much love to you, my friend. I'm telling you, it's all good. Rhea Ripley was the right call. Y'all got Nia on your wall like the posters in Word Up magazines. Nah. It ain't like that. I'm not saying let's put the world title on Nia. I just think Nia's been better than her previous run.
And you know what, by the way, being better than crap is not necessarily that great. She's better.
McKinney's coming with a moment here. If Rhea wasn't in Judgment Day, her run would have been hella mid this match, and I'm standing on that. Woo.
Standing on business. I hear you.
I respect it. One of Nia's best matches, Matt says. Nia is y'all Gem Beauty of the Week. Listen.
Nia's an attractive woman. She's just reckless in the ring.
And she's not like most girls. Madison Square Garden, but it's shaped like a circle. Guy Will Campbell comment of the night.
That was pretty good.
MSG way overrated.
Guy Will Campbell, that was pretty good. I got to give you that one.
Zelina Vega wearing that PR outfit fire. Vinny says it was a C- show. Man, y'all are not holding back tonight. If Rhea wasn't at Judgment Day would be hella mid.
I think Judgment Day without Rhea is mid anyway. I think Judgment Day when they come out without her, you can see, I mean, they're going to have to break up eventually, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're very close to it anyway.
Yeah.
I think once the tag titles are gone, all bets are off. Countdown.
And when is Damian Priest going to cash in?
Apparently, he's not allowed to while Seth's injured. What? What? So then why do you cash in on people when they're beaten down? He's hurt.
So freaking stupid.
And so from now on, if the ref told me that, I'd be like, yeah, I'm with Rob too. I like Dom. I'm with Rob on that.
Yo, he's proven me wrong. Dom has been really good.
Yeah, Balor mid. Man, y'all coming in hard, coming for Judgment Day's next. I ain't even see anybody mention JD even.
Who?
Yo, Yo, stop that right now. Leave that man alone.
That guy's getting lost. That guy is like this right now, bro. That's that guy. Oh, that's JD McDonough needs to get his life together, bro.
Let's talk a little AEW. Let's switch gears here for the second half of the show here.
Well, you got to give a grade on what you think about Elimination Chamber.
I did.
Oh, okay.
I said I'll go C+ to a B- area.
Okay, that's the reason why
I'm leaning C+ maybe, but I think the crowd was good. I'm just more disappointed in like how things lined up for Logic, but I don't have an issue with the show though.
Oh, okay, well, you're better than me.
It was okay.
C-. C-.
I don't think it's going to be on my let's go back and revisit that and talk about it with Sean at some point. I don't think we're going to talk about this show months from now.
JD McDonough. Who's that?
He might have a big match tonight, so make sure you guys are
a big match against who? Tozawa?
I'm trying to sell Raw here, Sean.
A big match.
Let me hold on.
JD hasn't had a big match since before he entered the company.
I hope Damian doesn't cash in on Cody. WWE would do a foul play, tosses a yellow flag, personal foul, messing with creative business. Who's JD? Funko JD? Make Funko Pop? Y'all are mean, bro. Yeah, JD's irrelevant. Mommy is the leader of Judgment Day. Rockstar agrees with me. C+ kind of. How you have money in the bank and you can't cash in because the champion is hurt, bro?
Stupidest crap ever, bro.
Hey, that's what they said. I like Priest too, but he's lost in all of this, and you know how C feels about Finn, JD, Sheamus. Hey. JD McDonough will always be Jordan Devlin to me. It was a better name for sure. I do not like that JD McDonough name. Let's talk Revolution, Sean. Let's
talk about a real wrestling company. Yes, AEW.
Wow, the views expressed by Hubbard Wrestling Weekly are Hubbard Wrestling Weekly's views. I want to tell everybody. Send all your tweets to him, not me.
Yeah, send them to me. I don't care, bro.
I know.
I'll tell Triple H to his face, man. You suck.
Don't forget the international portion of the show as we're getting ready to talk about the AEW International title. You can watch it live on Triller TV. Also, this will be available on your pay-per-view providers since we don't have a streaming service yet, but I'll save that rant for another day. I know AEW's trying to get to it. AEW Revolution, though, Sean. We have built up. This is probably one of the longest built matches in this. I'm looking. I guess if you count Hangman and Swerve, but this is one of the longer book matches in this one. The Kingdom, they set out a goal for Roderick Strong to become the international champion, and he's getting his opportunity at Revolution against Orange Cassidy. This is a matchup. What do you think of this one here?
This match scares me, man. This match scares me because I'm a big Orange Cassidy fan. But I got a feeling, man, Roderick Strong might end up coming out on top in this one.
I think he has to, and I'm going to say that because Orange Cassidy had this title, lost it, and then got it right back, and I feel like it's kind of just been like all the momentum that was there for the first reign is just gone. It's gone. I don't feel it. I'm like, he puts on great matches. I'm not saying he's bad or anything like that, but I'm like, okay, let's give it to Roddy and see what Roddy does with it.
Yeah, he'll botch it, but at least I'll give him a chance.
I think he did good though when he had the opportunity to be the foil in according to Uncle Dave. Yeah, according to Uncle Dave, that was the worst storyline when they voted out. Well, I shouldn't say Meltzer. Meltzer's voting award system, they voted that as the worst storyline. So
yeah, well, I take what he says with a grain of salt. Always,
because your opinion is what matters, folks. That's why you're here.
Oh, you've turned into such a politician.
Aren't I? It's
Conrad 2024. Good God.
Now, speaking of that, I'm going to give the people what they want. And that's what Tony Khan does as well. Meat Madness, folks. Madness is the name of this matchup. I don't know if it's just going to consist of these three, if there's going to be more. But they're doing they're trying to reset Wardlow, I noticed, and just get him back to where he was. And they also put Lance Archer in here. I assume that he's just going to take the pin because we have not seen him on television or anywhere recently. So I don't know how you feel about this. Powerhouse Hobbs and Sammy Guevara had a good match too, by the way, on Collision. Very good.
I'll tell you how I feel. I think Lance Archer's hair is disgusting. That's what I feel. I like to slap his stylist in the face. That's how I feel. And I think Wardlow is a waste of oxygen. So by default, I'll pick Powerhouse Hobbs because one guy I want off the face of the earth because of his hair. The other guy I want off the face of the earth because he sucks. So Powerhouse Hobbs, by default, just by not being a loser, he wins the match.
Wow. I will take Wardlow just because I know what they're doing here, and I don't think Hobbs is going to take the pin because they're going to protect him as well. He's part of the Don Callis family. Yada, 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 right? I'm going into the chat here.
Guy's got $1 million body and a 10-cent brain.
All right, Bobby. All right now.
No, that's Jesse Ventura. Get it right.
Oh, we'll allow that too then.
Thank you.
If Roderick doesn't win, the Undisputed Kingdom has failed. I have Roderick winning this. Yeah, I think that they kind of have to have that happen at this point. I saw a lot of people upset too, saying no Miro. Maybe Miro jumps in this after the match to start a feud with whoever wins.
Yeah, that's all we need is another jacked up meathead to get into the match.
OC versus Roddy. Cassidy Shiver tape. I have a feeling OC is going to end up. I think Roddy needs the title more than OC does right now. Strong has to win, and yet the Devil gimmick was voted worst of the year. Yeah, but we know TK is going to take it hella personal and blow the load for the pay-per-view. Watch. I mean,
that's what she said.
At least he cares.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure HBK is the better booker. Man, people are going in about this booking thing. We've gone from sweet yams to meat madness. Here we go. No Miro. Yeah. Wardlow is more like it. Jeez.
Thank you. That dude, if that dude had one speck of talent, that'd be more specs than I think he would actually have. That guy, when you listen, saying that guy is horrible is an insult to horrible people. If I slapped him across the face, I would apologize to my hand.
Pro Wrestler Shoe says this card is running for the worst Revolution card we have seen. I swore people said that last year too, though, and then it turned out to be like the best AEW show people were saying, or one of them. I don't know. You feel that way? This is a terrible card.
I feel it's a terrible match, and I really don't. I hope it's a triple emergency finish.
Rob yelling, "Yeah, Sean, stop it." Will Hobbs doesn't need Don Callis. Meat madness, whack match. You're killing two of your monsters in one match. Bad booking, bad booking, bad booking. Only one person's eating the pin. Yo, I don't even want to go on the rant right now about the whole. Sean, I don't know if I sent it to you. If I didn't, remind me because I have it saved. Did I send you the thing where somebody put up like who is Jun Akiyama? Yeah. And then the thing he quote tweeted right freaking above it was the video explaining who he was. I was like, dog, what are you talking about? Yeah, like, I hate this fake. AEW gets the most like fake outrage stuff that I've ever seen. When the OC came back, they didn't get no video packages. Who knows who they are from the last 2 years? You know what I mean? Nobody says anything about this stuff. And I'm just like, what? But whatever.
By the way, I wouldn't let Wardlow main event at junior high school.
E says he thinks the show looks good on paper, probably buying it.
You know what doesn't look good on paper? Wardlow.
Moving forward.
You know what we need to move forward from? Wardlow.
Will Ospreay taking on his fellow stablemate Konosuke Takeshita. Why this match is happening, I think, is foolish. They needed matches, and Don Callis said he's going to book two of his guys against each other. You couldn't have just had him say he disagreed with how you've been running things while he was gone, and I want a match with Takeshita.
This card is the reason why, honestly, that like this is the reason why I'm saying wrestling is not that great overall. It's not just WWE. AEW needs to. This is not top tier, bro. This is not top tier. When you have what's supposed to be a historic event like the retirement of Sting, you're supposed to surround him with quality. This is not quality. And I know I have a lot of fun making fun of Wardlow. Wardlow's not good, bro. And neither is this. This is a very poor way to feature Will Ospreay. I don't understand the logic. I don't understand what we're doing right now.
Well, I think Will Ospreay is going to have an excellent wrestling match here. That's not my concern at all. My concern is
wrestling's never the worry when it comes to Will Ospreay.
Even Konosuke Takeshita, though. My worry is that you might kill Takeshita's momentum that he's had. He's beaten Kenny Omega. He beat Chris Jericho. Honestly, Konosuke Takeshita is the person who you should be trying to put one of these titles on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just throwing that out there. I've said it for a little while now. Put the championship on him. But Ospreay is here. Ospreay, I think, is going to be one of the main focuses going forward in the main event scene. I think he's going to be a staple of that.
Ospreay versus Strickland in London. That's all I got to say.
I have said that. That was on my prediction sheet as well. And I'm sticking to it. Going back here. Let me see. Where did we leave off? Where's the Butcher and Meat Madness? That's what I'm talking about. Let's get some more Buffalo up in there. And Butcher and Blade deserve more. I still feel that way. C plus TK would have showed out in Australia. Triple H ain't. I ain't gonna repeat it. He ain't nothing. Sorry. I ain't buying this trash for $50 for this.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
This match isn't needed yet. What's the story? I think I'm telling everybody what the stories are. I mean, just because I'm not feeling one or two of the stories doesn't mean that there isn't a story either. Match of the night. I feel this is somehow Ospreay separately. This is how Ospreay separates himself from the family. I think you could have just told that differently if that's what they're going to do. Ospreay wins. Everybody's saying that, right? You agree, I assume?
I agree. The best wrestler in the world.
Ospreay versus Takeshita should be a banger of a match, even though it does involve two stablemates. What would be the sense here? Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. Sean, you just earned another chunk of respect. You're officially calling out your favorite promotion, your words, for lackluster booking and overall stupidity.
Thank you, sir. I try to keep it fair. WWE sucks, but right now AEW is not that great either. I appreciate you recognizing the fact that I tried to keep it 100.
AEW equals New Japan Light in the U.S. All I'm saying is there is a reason the arenas aren't packed. You
know what, Conrad? I'm calling you out, bro. I'm calling you out right now. I am so sick and tired of you right now, bro, and I'm going to tell you why. You have to the reason why I have a reputation of being the one that unleashes on this show is because you wait to unleash after we sign off. Unleash. Attack. I know how you feel about this subject.
It's not so, dude.
Come on.
No, because here's the thing. I feel like I can't yell about AEW right now because there are issues. I don't want people to think that there are none. But AEW equals New Japan Light in the U.S.
Unleash.
What?
Would you speak your freaking mind? I know how you feel about this subject. Say something.
No, there's not. You don't even need to yell about this. Like, what does that mean, Sean? What does that mean?
It makes no sense. That's why I'm waiting for you to go off.
I don't understand how is AEW as bad as people say that it is. Like, maybe
look at the chat. Look at the chat. Guy will gamble. Who's that? Who's AD? Is that Doug?
They just rocking with you right now. That's Rob.
No, is that Doug or Rob? That's Rob. Big shout out to Rob. Guy will gamble. Speak, bro. Speak your mind. I know how you feel about this subject. I'm more upset about the whole, they need to show me a video package every time that we debut someone. Yeah, because they did that with Jusha Thunder Liger. Oh my God, look at Jesse's comment. Jesse, you know you're my boy, but jeez. Look at his comment.
He said you're going to act like I didn't explain this to you the other day. No, that's fine.
No, the comment above that.
I saw it, that this is a New Japan league. But I'm not understanding what some people say with this stuff. I have mentioned this. WCW did this, and I got to hear AEW's worse than WCW 2000. Someone just sent me a clip of Vince Russo saying, you're going to have a New York rules match. The rules are there are no rules, and you guys are going to count your own pinfalls. What are we talking about? Like, know what you're talking about when we talk this. Like, I watch this stuff. I know this stuff. This is crazy to me. I just don't get it. Like, New Japan had people watching a couple years ago.
I did tell you Wrestle Kingdom was kind of like this year.
But Sean, their talent is gone.
No, I'm not.
No,
I love New Japan, Conrad.
No, me too. Me too, bro. I felt the same way. Like, the show was
right.
It ain't no A+ like it used to be. But they're also imagine this is like losing Rock, Austin, and whomever for you. Like, imagine losing all your top people.
No, I agree.
Okada's gone. Tanahashi's in the office now.
Yeah.
And then you got all these people trying to come in. And it's like, well, you're going to have to throw these belts on people. You're trying to generate interest any way that you can. And they're trying to build up new people. Right. Watch out for Shota Umino. I'm telling you, he's going to be in the main event quicker than you guys think he is. Right. Minoru Suzuki just said he's out. Like, he's gone too. And he was freelancing. What's going to happen? How many people watch New Japan even at its highest? Let me ask you this, Jesse. How come WWE can't go to Japan? Because they don't want that over there. They don't.
You know, Conrad, all you need is a little fire under your backside, and you start speaking some facts. That is gospel that you do. That's exactly why they don't go over there, because they don't want any parts of their product. You're 100% right.
They can go to Europe. Europe has great wrestling leagues over there.
That's
but
right.
Guess what? They want WWE. When they go over to Japan, it ain't happening, bruh. They went over there one time, and I think, what was that, 2004, I want to say? I know Cena was like the U.S. champ, or he was on the roster at the time. And, dog, I don't think they've done a show from there since, like a television show at least. They don't want that over there. So they're doing something right in Japan. Now their expansion into the U.S., we could talk about that. Like, that, I mean,
let's try and kind of reel this thing back in a little bit and just and let's just say that New Japan is still the number one brand in Japan. Right? I mean, right. Okay. So let's not act like WWE would go over there and take over. WWE is not for everybody, bro. I really think that we need to kind of just take a step back. Stop focusing on the arenas being filled. And you know something? And this is for Jesse specifically, bro. I'm going to call Jesse out right now. Jesse, for all the back and forth we've done, and I've come to respect you a lot, bro. But I'm saying this in front of you, in front of God, in front of Conrad, in front of the entire chat. Conrad, I'm making an executive decision on the air. Are you ready?
Hopefully it doesn't put us in any financial straits.
I would never speak anything controversial without your consent. We're partners, bro. You're my brother. But I'm making an executive decision off the cuff. If Cody Rhodes loses the main event of WrestleMania to Roman Reigns, Jesse will have to be on our show as a guest, and he will then have to justify World Wrestling Entertainment.
Bro, that episode could be Jesse for 15 minutes, and we just fall back, and then I'll end it when he says it's done.
I am saying it right now as the co-founder of this show. If Cody, because it seems to me like people like, and Jesse's not alone. People think WWE can do no wrong. WWE does a lot of wrong.
Well, time out. Can I stick up for Jesse here for a second?
Yeah, you can.
I don't think Jesse feels that way, but
he has a lot of defense for it though.
But Jesse is also saying, like, here it is. I'm so sick of hearing the lame argument of AEW is more wrestling. It's tired. The more wrestling gimmick has never been popular. I mean, then why?
There was a time that NWA was popping, bro. There was a time when WCCW was popping.
And this is where I get them.
Don't say never. Don't say never. Maybe not recently, but don't say never.
It's the they rewrite the history so that you forget what actually happened, and then when they pull out the tricks, the Attitude Era is Memphis Pro Wrestling. I hope people know this. It's just Memphis Pro Wrestling turned up in the modern day. That's what they did, like crazy matches and all that stuff. He said NWA had angles, bro.
No, I hear what he's saying, and that's a strong comeback he just made. But it was a athletically based promotion. We can agree on that, right?
Yeah, but it was more wrestling based. It wasn't gimmicky like WWE.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was more, when I say athletic, I mean it was more NWA in the 80s was more wrestling based. Mm-hmm. WWE was Hogan, NWA was Ric Flair. WWE was Macho Man. I love you, Mach. But NWA was, Harley Race.
Yeah. It was just different times, and these things are different. But I don't know. Do you think is more wrestling the answer for these things? I can't believe we got into this on the Revolution show, but is more wrestling the answer?
And it's good. It's good when we fly off the cuff like this because for once I feel like I'm not the one making us fly off the cuff, which makes me very happy. AEW is lacking right now. And McKinney said it best. I definitely would consider AEW to be my favorite brand in the industry right now. But AEW is lacking because AEW is trying to implement systems and practices, to Jesse's point, that are not conducive to success in 2024. So what you have the talent.
Can I say something?
But no, I'm gonna let you.
Go ahead, finish your point.
No, but I'm only taking 10 more seconds, and it's all you, bro. You can't have Moxley versus. Help me out. Last week,
Dax.
Yeah, I mean, no. Okay, the week before last. Excuse me, Moxley versus.
I'm trying to think of who he's been facing lately.
It's like you can't do that, man. You have to look. I'll put it like this, and I'm gonna pass the ball to you, bro. AEW needs to be hitting home runs every week, and they're not.
Now, here's where me and Jesse will agree. I think that they should have listened to CM Punk more than they. I know it probably didn't sound like a good idea when all the elite fans were like, "Yeah, get rid of him." I think they should have listened to CM Punk more, where he was like, "Yo, we got to slow down. We need to just get people focused, and we need to put people in the spots, and then we can let them rise up and do what we're going to do." But they didn't want to do that. So now we're stuck with what the elite have. And now that CM Punk's gone, there is no bad guy. So now Tony's the bad guy. Oh, no, it's Tony. Tony did this. I didn't do this. It's Tony. But if the inmates are running the asylum, isn't it you guys then who are doing it? But I digress, because when we talk WWE too and their rise to fame, you have to remember the dirty games that were played throughout all of this as well while we're comparing both of them. They're no saints. They didn't do this like we did it the legitimate way because we are better than you. No, you play dirty politician games. I want to buy your cable time slot. Here's some money. Like, that's not cool. That's not good. That doesn't mean you're better. You just throw money at problems and then you take over it. And then you made sure no one else existed. Then you were like, all right, let's pull out dumpster men and ice cream men and have them show up on television. And this is good. Then, thank goodness, WCW was still around to buy Hogan's contracts and Macho Man because you said they were too old. And then they showed up on TV, and then you got a fire lit under you again. And you finally like, I need to hire more people. Money. Let me spend more money. I'll take that Steve Austin guy now and Mankind. Yeah, I'll take Mick Foley, Cactus Jack. I'm going to make you cry, JR. You remember the things that this dude said and did. Like, this company is not perfect. They're not angels. He's got very smart people working for him. All right? I don't want people to think that. And I'm not saying WWE is like some foolish. It's a big entity. I get it. AEW is on year, what is this, 5? Is it 5 yet even?
2019.
Relax, people. Relax. He's going to make a lot of mistakes. There's probably more to come. We probably haven't seen the worst match yet that he's ever going to put on. It's coming. McKinney, I'm going to the chat because I want to hear what people want to say about this. In my opinion, the letters are the attraction. WWE is like the NFL or NBA. The UFL and the CBA do the same thing, but the casual fans know where the stars are, so it's quantifiable why AEW ain't selling.
I'd like to comment on that, though.
Go ahead.
AEW is having some difficulty, McKinney. But one thing that you have to do as a owner of a company like AEW is you have to recognize the situation for what it is. Stop trying to sell out 15,000 people arenas.
He actually commented on why he still runs those arenas.
He said what?
Tony Khan commented on why he runs the bigger arenas still.
Okay, tell me, because I didn't
see that interview. He said because they offer many different things that the other arenas don't. Free marketing, email list, ways to get out to people. It's additional marketing besides what AEW does on their own. And I think it's helpful and it's free. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, I booked a bigger arena. What does it look like? No. Here's my thing. Nobody said this when WWE wasn't doing this 3 or 4 years ago. Where was this? I went to a house show. I paid $20 for my ticket. I was right on the bottom. I was touching the floor, and I was sitting there. And I was like, this is awful. This show is awful. I cannot believe that this cost me $20 and I'm sitting this close. This is terrible. It was Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman were in the main event. You think I'm playing? I got the pictures. It was bad. Nobody said this, though. Nobody was like, man, WWE should run smaller arenas. WWE should give it up, man. Pack it up. It's all over. But
this is the reason why I consider myself. There's a reason why you're the best in this industry, and I mean that genuinely, because of what you bring to the table. And there's a reason why I think that I'm one of the best as well. I do what people might think is unnecessary research, but it's very necessary for arguments just like this. Did you know that smaller venues like the MGM Grand, or excuse me, I take that back, smaller venues like the Mohegan Sun or the Soundstage down in Orlando does the same type of cross promotion with their acts?
I believe it. I think some of them do. Here's what I'm saying. There are also arenas that they're not allowed to go into. Go and try and get MSG. Tell AEW to go get MSG. Bet you it don't happen.
I'm agreeing with you, but what I'm trying to say is even that small example would be enough. If I could rent out if I'm AEW, I would build my brand right out of Connecticut for the next 52 weeks. I'd rent out the Mohegan Sun for the next 52 Wednesdays. Period. For the next 52 Wednesdays. Or I would go down to Orlando and I'd go to Universal Studios and I'd rent it out for 52 straight weeks.
I think that's what they should do for Ring of Honor. I think AEW needs to be
but not even AEW. I feel you, Ring of Honor definitely, but AEW needs that too. AEW is not filling 20,000 people. They're not even going to put 20,000 people in the seats for Revolution.
Let me ask you this, Sean. What happened, though? What did they do that was so tragic? That
I don't know. I wish I knew, but something went wrong. Let me tell you something. I haven't watched every week of AEW, and I love AEW. I miss episodes from time to. I mean, I miss them and I watch them back on, whatever. But I remember AEW was must-see TV like about 2 years ago.
Yep.
And it wasn't just because it was new. That's why I said 2 years ago. That was 2 years in, 2.5 years in. AEW was popping. Not so much right now. And it has nothing to do with Joe. Stop. Yo, Jess, what are you doing?
Well, he's in the chat having a conversation.
Oh, okay, my fault. I thought you were talking about what I said. My fault, no. Jess. My fault, Jess. Love you, bro.
But I'm 5 minutes behind in comments.
Okay, my fault. All love right there. But yeah, come on, man. Like, AEW has potential, but it's like they're trying to be big dog. You just need to stay in your own lane.
Right.
What about go back to Daly's place?
To me, I guess it defines what is the storylines and everything else too, because I see them going back and forth about cards and angles and such. And Sean, I don't think you're wrong about that. I think you need a direct balance of who's AEW ready and who's going to be on Ring of Honor. That's it. Sorry, you're going to be taping shows and we're going to put you on the road when we can. Until then, get better. And if you think someone needs reps, then put them down there and just say you're going to get a lot of reps down here. You're going to wrestle a lot of matches with these folks. That's fine and dandy. And that means sacrificing a couple people and saying, listen, you're going to go down there and you're going to wrestle some matches for Ring of Honor, but it's all good. I'm going to pay you still, but I need you down there to help get these people ready. So when I need them and I call upon them, they're good to go. And I think Tony needs to give it to Scott D'Amore. Let Scott D'Amore do it. I'm not saying there's no faults with any of this. And I'm not saying Jesse's fully wrong. I just don't fully agree with everything that he's saying too, though. Like, it's just crazy, some of it. And I'm going to skip over some of these because I'm missing a lot of comments, though. Let me see here. And McKinney says if those arenas are giving out all that free promotion and emailing and everything you named isn't working, I don't know the total number at Daly's place. But let me say this then. How come WWE, if they're so great, why don't they ever do anything cool on their shows? Why haven't they ran a show on a beach? Why haven't you ran a Raw in a stadium? Why? Okay, Raw's looked the same for the last how many years? 20 years?
What does Quilly like to say all the time? I think Quilly says wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, like it's been the same. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying, like, it goes both ways too. If WWE's so great, put Raw in a stadium then. Do it. I would say do it for that first Netflix show. That'll work, but I don't know if it's going to work every week. Pay-per-view this past Saturday sucked. The difference between me and the people who let their emotions get the best of it is that I'll call it out. Listen, there's nothing wrong. I won't pretend something is good. Let WWE hurt my feelings years ago and haven't let go of it. Listen, WWE can't be forgiven either, though. Like,
hey, come on, man. There's certain things they've done that have been unforgivable, bro. Unforgivable. And I'm gonna beat that same drum, bro. Booker T 2003 was one of the worst things I ever saw in my life, bro, in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
That was a disgrace.
Rob brings up that's how you kill a town, in my opinion. AEW does this a lot. Texas is a big state, but they spend a month and some change there because of burnout. Same with Canada. I think that's a mistake as well. Going to the same place like week after week after week after week. You got to switch it up, and you can't do that. But is that the issue? Even then, I went to AEW shows, and I was like, yo, I had fun at these shows. I don't understand where everyone was like, abandon ship. We're all out. We're done. Where did that come from? Why did it happen? Can someone explain to me why? Jesse, McKinney, somebody. Why did everyone just abandon ship? Like, there's got to be. So we're talking about analytics and answers in the chat. Somebody tell me what happened. What went so wrong? Because I could have swore I heard CM Punk was the problem. He's gone. Now what's the problem? Now what's the issue? You know what I mean? It's Hubs. I appreciate you. Rinse, lather, repeat.
Thank you, Quills. Yes.
Bro, TK is like a coach. Coach Red from the Water Boy with that green notebook. He's clutching on the last few pages of his e-fed. He needs help, and he's probably too proud to ask for help. I mean, he probably spent the money because that's what he wanted to do, too. He was like, no, I want a book. But that doesn't, I think he could use like I said, I would get a few writers. You don't need a bunch. If it's unforgivable, go straight AEW. Show WWE it's unforgiving.
I don't watch WWE television. I know he's talking to everybody, but I'm just saying for me personally, I don't watch live WWE television. I don't.
It's what it is, man. Like, you want WWE to get better. I think a lot of people are just riding the high that it's Triple H and not the other guy.
Oh, you know what? Let's call a spade. I'm so glad we went off on this tangent because it's a tangent that needs to be gone on. Oh, WWE has sold out such and such. Oh, they sold out 15,000 people. Let me ask you a question, bro. When they sold out Salt Lake City, and this is for yes or no to the chat. Yes or no. And you too, Conrad. When WWE sold out Salt Lake City 2 weeks ago for The Rock and Roman Reigns, was that a good show?
I can't remember anything on it but that segment.
Good point. That's probably that proves my point right there. That show wasn't good. Rock and Roman being in that ring for that segment was the reason they sold out. It wasn't a good show. You can sell out and still be a bad show. Raw's probably sold out tonight. Raw's going to be the same crap we always see, bro.
And I think Jesse's right, too, with what he's saying. CM Punk is what got them a mill to begin with. And he was their game changer. Now the Bucks run the shots. I just don't understand, though, that big of a fall off, like in attendance. Was it all Punk? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
Like I said, we could get in depth about this. Why is it selling out in your opinion, Hub?
Well, it's WrestleMania season, but that's not the only reason because they've been selling out for a few months. Well, I don't know why. See, I don't pretend to know it all, bro. I'm very honest about the fact I don't know why. But I'll tell you what, when they weren't selling out, the product wasn't that much worse than it is now. I mean, the bloodline has never been more boring. Cody Rhodes is about to finish the story. I think people are intrigued by that. And I think people are intrigued by The Rock being back. But at the end of the day, it's not a great product. I don't know why. I wish I knew. Because I got an offer for free tickets to go to the Garden. And I turned it down. I'd rather be in my house chilling.
Like I said, I don't think I've been to a WWE show in 4 to 6 years. I told Rob next time they come, I'm willing to try it out. I haven't been, but that's a long time though for me to not go to the shows, and they've been here. And people are like, "You're not going?" No. You think all these people are paying for one guy in a 15-minute talking segment?
I'll answer that question with a question. That SmackDown, because I used one specific example for a reason. That SmackDown where Rock came out and put an L in the air for some odd reason and told everybody you smell what the bloodline was cooking. Was that a good show? It certainly was not. There was nothing special about that show. To answer your question, yeah.
I will say this too, to McKinney's comment. People didn't know Rock was there. He was in. He got caught at a gym before at like 12.
Yeah, people knew Rock was there. And let's talk about this too. And Salt Lake City was the one that he was promoted for, by the way.
And them tickets cost way more than AEW. That's true. I got the hookup for free tickets and won't take them. See?
Not even interested, bro. I feel you, man. I feel you.
Listen, and I haven't went to AEW in a while. When's the last time you guys remember here? I went to Forbidden Door. When did I go before that? That Dynamite in Buffalo, where Punk didn't show up, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm done with this."
But Easy E with another good point. Now they're paying for 45 minutes of ad and talk fast, bro. Like, come on, man. WWE's got a lot of work to do. A lot of work. Am I going to sit up here? This is going to prove that I'm not trying to insult anybody's intelligence, Conrad. If I got free tickets to go to WrestleMania, I go. I'm not going to sit up here and insult your intelligence. But I've turned down free tickets to Raw. I've turned down free tickets to SmackDown. I've turned down free tickets to pay-per-views.
At one point, I was going to NXT shows. Like, they would have small shows here, and I would go to them, like house shows. I enjoyed those. It's just I haven't had as much fun with it as I used to. But whatever. When the time comes, the time comes. We'll see whose product is better. My wallet will do the talking. I guess that's what everyone else is doing at this point. I don't know. But what AEW needs to do something different and try to steer the ship right to get people back. Let's get back onto this Revolution card. A match that I think tells story that some people weren't. This is one of those ones that I've been arguing about. Continental Crown Champion Eddie Kingston is going to be going up against Bryan Danielson. This is about respect. Sounds similar. I noticed on this show, there's a lot of CM Punk angles. Mm-hmm. Just peep it. So Bryan Danielson this is about respect and beating respect into Eddie Kingston. Kingston has been Ring of Honor, New Japan, and the Continental Championship. They created that Triple Crown for him for a while. What do you think here, Sean? Do they move forward?
I think they need to stop making situations where the stipulation is somebody gets a handshake after the match.
I think with Kingston, it's based on his realness, because Kingston was removed from a lot of companies with Punk, Danielson, and many of the other early 2000 like indie guys for his attitude. It was always said Eddie Kingston has an attitude problem, blah, blah, blah. But now it doesn't seem like he's the attitude problem. Maybe he wasn't the problem.
I think Kingston's luck runs out. I like Eddie Kingston, but I think Daniel Bryan wins.
You think
Bryan Danielson, excuse me.
You think they go into the Philadelphia show with him as champion?
I do.
Interesting call here.
I do. It's a little bit off the rails, but I think it's going to happen.
All good, man. All good. Let's go back into the women's championship. Yeah. I actually think the women's division has been booked so much better too in AEW. That's another thing where people haven't been given enough credit. You've been getting more matches. You've been getting featured more bouts. They've been getting more time. They haven't been in the death slot time like they used to get all the time. Now it's been mixed up. So now what's the problem?
Toni Storm has become the most entertaining female in professional wrestling.
Can I hit you with the Bully Ray? But what's the story with the tattoo? I don't get it. Tell me a story, bro.
Right.
Bro, if me and Sean have the same tattoo, don't you think that means we're friends? That's all that was supposed to be. We were close at one point in time. No, tell it to me this week. I need to know, bro. I just didn't understand why Bully Ray said that. I was just like, dude, that's so stupid.
Yeah, that wasn't his smartest moment.
There's a lot of those. So, women's champion, timeless Toni Storm, Deonna Purrazzo. What do you do here? Deonna's the newcomer. Tony's been the new character that everyone's fallen in love with. What do you do?
Toni Storm wins by cheating. That's an easy fix, bro. Toni Storm wins, but she doesn't win clean. That saves Purrazzo, and Toni Storm continues this amazing reign as champion. You cannot end her reign right now. Absolutely not. She is too good. She's on fire right now.
There's just so many directions that this could go. You still got the Mariah May, Luther stuff. You've got the rumors of Mercedes Moné possibly coming in. Just a lot that could end up happening with this. I'm going to also take Timeless Toni Storm for the win. I took Eddie Kingston before, too. I'm sorry. I know you went with Danielson. I'm taking Kingston. Let's get to the – and I will give it up to McKinney. He made a great point here. The number one contender who is not in the top 5 for those championships. I always thought this was an open, like anyone could challenge for it. But then why is Christian in the top 5 with the – I don't know. Don't even – get rid of the rankings. TNT champion, Christian Cage, Daniel Garcia. To me, you got to have rankings for each individual title. You can't have it where it's just, oh, here's 4 belts and here's the top 5.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Christian versus Daniel Garcia. Do you finally pull the belt off of the father figure that he wants to be to everyone, or what do you do here?
No, I'm not ready to pull it off him yet. I think that he has to remain champion. I think Christian is doing fantastic work, and I think we need to keep this train moving.
Interesting. I don't know, though, because I kind of feel like Garcia's ready, but then I don't. I'm like, Christian's just too hot right now to take the championship off him. He's probably one of their best heels. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, he's been absolutely outstanding.
I'm going back to some comments here. I'm sorry if I missed any of these. Brian Keeks has been an amazing story. By the way, another example that the rankings don't work because Brian isn't even ranked. Touche. Danielson Keeks should be another certified classic. Danielson deserves the gold. McKinney says buy one get one free is the way you go, you would think, and it still won't sell out. So apparently those expensive tickets aren't a problem, but an hour and a half of wrestling in a 4-hour show is ridiculous, though.
Facts.
I think that was a shot at AEW doing the buy one get one. Okay, and then I hour and a half in I don't know. Listen. There's a difference between spending $50 on a pay-per-view and $10 on Peacock or whatever, $7 on Peacock.
That's a fact.
Let me see here. I got people saying Garcia for the win, TNT championship, but it's not getting defended on TNT. Hey, Cage Garcia again. Christian will retain here. Sign Mr. Hubbard for Booker of the Year.
Thanks, Mike.
Our father Christian Cage wins. Y'all bugging with that.
Because far be it from me to sit up here and say, hey, you know what? What a wild, by the way, Mike, I appreciate you so much, but I don't think my logic is that wild. Like, far be it for me to say, wow, somebody's hotter than fish grease. Why not let them win a few matches? Jesus. Acknowledge me. How about that?
World Championship match. Samoa Joe defends the AEW World Championship against Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page. Rumor has it Hangman, some people said that there was an injury possibly from his match on Dynamite. We don't think there is. We've been told there isn't, but he might not be in the match. I don't know what's going on with this. Like I said, I got issues with some of the elite stuff that's going on. Like, dog, if he can't compete, then just say that if he's in or if he's out. But they said it might be due to personal reasons. I don't know the circumstances around it, but I don't know. Hangman, we'll see what happens with him. Swerve, if it's Swerve and Joe, what do you do here? I know you said you wanted them to kind of pull the trigger for Swerve.
I think it's time. I think you have to have Swerve be champ. When is All In is in August. So we're talking March, April.
Yeah.
March, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah. I mean, why can't he be 6 months in by the time he faces Will Ospreay? I love it.
Yeah.
Let's do it now. Let's just do it now. Let's stop waiting. Strike while the iron is hot. You don't got that much going for yourselves right now. You got Toni Storm. You got Swerve Strickland. You got Toni Storm.
I think they don't want to disrespect Joe either.
Well, I don't think it's disrespect. They made him world champion.
Yeah, I think Joe got to be world champ because of All In last year and then the work he did in between then. And I think they feel like, oh, he just won it at the last pay-per-view in December.
I love Joe.
But
I love Joe, but Joe is a transitional champion. I love Samoa Joe. I respect Samoa Joe. But in AEW, in the current landscape, there's nothing wrong with Samoa Joe being a transitional champion.
my thing is this: if Hangman Page can't be in that match, you do not pin Swerve Strickland.
Absolutely not.
You do not. You do not do it. So if Hangman's not in, Joe can't win this, and then you give it to Swerve. It's Swerve's time, and then you pull the double turn.
I think this is being overthought a great deal. Ospreay versus Strickland is the match. Have Strickland hold the belt for 6 months, and maybe he wins it all in, maybe he doesn't. But the bottom line is, I'm saying it, I love Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe in 2024, not 2020, not 2018, certainly not 2005, but unfortunately, Father Time's undefeated. I love that they gave him the title. He deserves to be considered a world champion of a major promotion. But him losing the title in 30 days is not a slap in the face at this stage in his career. It's time to give Swerve the world title, and it's time to let that young man be the best wrestler in your company.
I think what it is adding another main eventer to the card too, because that's where I think we're hurting. We're looking like, well, who's the main eventers right now? MJF's out. You got Joe. You got Swerve. We'll throw Hangman in there, right? Now you're adding Ospreay, Okada. You're going to add Timeless Tony Storm, like you had mentioned before. Now you have Mercedes Moné. You got Deanna, who can go in there and put on a great match with anybody. You have Christian, who's in the background player. You have Adam Copeland, who you could put out there at any time and have him go into any role that you need him to. You're building up to this, but you got to get into the groove. And like you said, it doesn't hurt if you're trying to move it a little faster than it needs to. Honestly, they should really have their foot on the gas, trying to speed it up, like you're saying. You're not wrong. It makes sense. But if Hangman's out, bro, I say just put it on Swerve and do it now. That's just me.
R.I.P. to Ole Anderson. Really?
Did somebody just put that up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep this. Let's keep this moving. We got one more, Sean. We'll.
I'm just trying to confirm. I mean, as much as I can confirm, but it does look like there's some reliable sources that say he has passed away.
Ooh.
At the age of 81.
My condolences to his family.
Yep.
And friends in the business. Let's go to the
condolences to Ole Anderson and his family. Yep.
Yeah, and crazy. We're talking about Sting right now. Just the old guard of WCW and NWA. Sting and Darby Allin will defend the tag team championships against AEW's EVPs Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. I'm calling them the Young Bucks still. I don't care. I have not been a fan of what the Young Bucks have done, but I also feel some type of sadness for Sting. Like, not sad. I'm happy for him too, because most people don't get to this point. But and we're gonna, in our Sting show, Sean has decided next week will be the best week for us to just talk about Sting's career, favorite matches. But we'll take time to gush over Sting, I guess is the best way to put it.
We wanted to give that we wanted to give that man a significant amount of our time to say thank you.
Yeah, most definitely. I saw someone call them the Young Schmucks. Cut it out. Like cut it out, Wills. Yeah. What do you guys what do you think here though, Sean? I mean, do you keep it on Sting?
I'm going out on a limb, boys. Going out on a limb. For all intents and purposes, the most logical thing would be for Allin and Sting to lose the tag team championship, right? That would make the most sense. I say nay.
Take the pay-per-view off in controversy. So that's a question for you in the media scrum, right? Like, yo, what are you doing with the tag titles? That's a good question. I have to think about that. What do you guys think I should do with the tag titles?
Yes, sir. I say nay. I say Sting and Darby Allin retain the World Tag Team Championship, and then there is a discrepancy, as my talented co-host just said, about what happens next. Probably will end up being a tournament. Sting goes out with gold over his shoulder. I'm predicting it right now.
might have to second that. I'm going to finalize on Wednesday, but I'm going to second that with you right now. I'm going to agree. Maybe you end up having a rematch with FT. I forgot to mention this. FTR and BCC are going to have a match against each other as well on this show.
Yeah, that's true.
So they'll have something to do on there as well. It's going to be interesting. Maybe do a tag team tournament to put the tag teams back in place.
Yes. I just said tournament would be cool.
A big 16-man tournament. I don't know if I want to see a tag battle royal. Those are always messy. I always hate did my partner am I out? If my partner's out? Oh, right. Whoever's the last one in, got it. And then I'm always like, why didn't anybody jump this dude when his partner got thrown out? But neither here nor there.
Start it right after Revolution and have the finals be determined at Double or Nothing.
Touche. What do you think overall, man? What do you think overall needs to happen by the end of this pay-per-view, Sean?
We need to see something of significance. We need to be infatuated and enthralled with what AEW puts on. There needs to be something spectacular that happens. Sting retaining the titles is not good enough. I need something of significance. That's all I can say. I think right now AEW is craving one of those moments that they used to bludgeon us with when they first started, and I think it's kind of fallen on the wayside. I still think that they're making a huge mistake by doing Monet in Boston. They still would have sold out Boston. That's something I never told you before, bro. They still would have sold out Boston having Monet advertised. They should have had Mercedes Monet debut at Revolution. That's what they should have done, but it's too late for that now. So at the end of the day, I'm just saying we need something spectacular to happen. I think the matches are, on paper, the show is a C, but it has potential to be an A. They just have to deliver. They have to stand and deliver.
Which is a show happening also on WrestleMania weekend. Shout out to NXT. Don't say I never did nothing for you.
There you go.
And we'll probably have a big review show for some of the matches and shows coming up when we can. I don't know. We'll discuss. Like I said, for lately, there's been more content for me and Sean to talk about. If you go back, there was a time where there was only 2 or 3 things for us to talk about. Now there's just nonstop news every single week, which we are grateful for.
Hence why we get to upgrade our equipment, and I'm sitting in the Pontiac Silverdome right now.
I had him 15 feet in the air, and he said, no, brother, no. Yeah, okay.
Yo, I slammed him, and I heard him say leg drop, and I didn't know he was going to kick out.
He also said this week that he could have been John Wayne.
Oh, God, there's something wrong with that. That dude is, oh, my good Lord, have mercy.
McKinney brings up Sting and Darby lose because of Ric Flair, and Flair and Sting have an impromptu match. Sting wins. You heard it here first. I could see them doing that.
What? Yo, that's so crazy. It actually makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me of Muda, who did the same thing. Mm-hmm. He wrestled the match, and he said, one more match with Chono. And then him and Chono got in there and did what they did real quick, and it was done. We'll see, man. We'll see.
We shall see. The good news is that we have wrestling to look forward to.
Hogan and John Wayne got at least one thing. He didn't say it at least, but he just makes you go, oh gosh. Listen, Sean, take us out, brother. Take us out, man. I'm done. This.
We went off the rails this show, but that's what I like, man. Tonight was a good show. Big shout out, obviously, to Conrad Cushman, the voice of EPW and the voice of everything, the voice of Clash of the Podcast as well, man. I'm so thankful for this camaraderie, man, in this show. Make sure you check out Conrad and my guy Derek live on Wednesday night around 10:10 after the conclusion of what we think will be Sting's final Dynamite appearance. That'll be this coming Wednesday. Make sure you circle your calendars. Thursday, April 4th, Hubbard Wrestling Weekly will present a WrestleMania preview show. And you know I'm going to be probably angry because by then Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso will be booked. And whatever. Anyway, the bottom line is we're having fun. We're having a good time, and this is what it's all about. Thank you to the chat. Thank you guys for the continued support. We're 78 episodes in. By the grace of God, next week will be 79. We're just trying to keep that ball rolling. So for my good friend and co-host Conrad Cushman, my name is Sean Hubbard. He represents EPW. I represent Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. We represent Clash of the Podcast. And as always, God bless, be encouraged, and always remember, evil never prevails.